I'm not even in here.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Raw Perspective. I'm Ben, 113 Degrees, and this is Lauren.
From Plates House of Fitness and Nutrition.
We are kind of having a somber day here in the kitchen. Some information just came to us. Lauren was recently speaking to one of our newest members about Ezekiel bread. That's the stuff here. We use a lot of Ezekiel bread. Tell people that it's so good, especially the sesame, in my opinion. So we've been promoting this. It's made by Food for Life. The front of it, some people are familiar with. It says, as described in the Holy Scriptures verse, and I took this as almost like the ingredients, right? Wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, and spelt. And I thought, wow, sprouted grain bread. It's flourless, so it's actually seems to be okay for people that are gluten intolerant or celiac even, and it's low glycemic, so easy for the diabetics. So we thought this was a wonderful bread as opposed to your typical Wonder Bread or white bread that you'd find in the store. So we've been promoting that. They also make an Ezekiel wrap. So this is, again, sprouted grains, same verse on the front. You would think that would be great. So when she's reading this to our new client, she reads organic sprouted soybeans, which totally stops us in our tracks because we don't promote soy for many reasons. The most biggest one, of course, is the isoflavones that are in soy. You have to ferment soybeans. If you don't ferment them properly, and again, only have them in a condimental quantity and not on a daily basis, because the isoflavones in soy is so powerful as a hormone disruptor, also as a protein disruptor. So it kind of tricks your body into thinking that there is no other protein other than soy, and therefore you'd have other digestive issues or hormonal issues where the soy actually enlarges the thyroid. So as a rule, we don't typically promote soy, especially if it's not non-GMO verified. That's this logo right here that you want to look for in the store. There you go. Non-GMO Project. Thought these were our friends. I'm still big fans of them. They're the only third-party verification system for genetically modified organisms. So I always look for their symbol when I'm purchasing something, especially if it has anything to do with corn and typically soy. So again, these are not, Ezekiel products are not non-GMO verified. Moreover, Bragg's liquid aminos, I use it as a base for some of my dressings and as a flavoring for shaved steak and a few other things. And I've been telling people that this is a safe form of soy because it's non-GMO Project verified. And it seems like the Bragg company has been pretty reputable for a really long time. But it turns out that organic, regardless, whether you think it's non-GMO or not, sprouted soy is actually even more powerful isoflavone content than your regular soy, or even your fermented soy still has a small amount of isoflavones present. So basically, we've been duped.
We are so mad.
We're furious.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's been really it's been a crazy morning actually. We've ranted and we've raved and we've flailed our arms around a ton. And I put a little message out to our other trainer, Kate Manter, who has a really, really solid background in nutrition and stuff like that. She's one of our health coaches. And I asked her, what's her knowledge about, the difference between a fermented soy and is a sprouted soybean actually, okay to eat or not? And so she sent me back a link for an article that basically said not only is sprouted soy bad for you, but it's worse. And so Ben and I were talking about it, we were thinking about it, and we're like, duh, of course it is, because what happens when you sprout?
Enzymes increase, thus an increase in whatever kind of nutrients are in it.
So wholly frustrating. So at this point, what we want to do with this video is actually kind of let you guys know that Ben and I are constantly looking at everything that we serve here through the studio, because it is really, really important to us that we give you guys the best nutrition.
Absolutely.
So at this point, what we're trying to do is we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a substitute for the Ezekiel bread, because holy crap, we can't feed you that. And that's what's really frustrating right now. Yeah. So at this point, we're putting out a plea to our own gluten-free glutton, Meme Bear. We love you. we need bread and wraps, and we would like gluten-free ones with 0 soy, and that would be fantastic, and also maybe a vegan option. Love you, Mom. So anyway, really kind of just interesting, to kind of find this stuff out. Frustrating.
A little devastating. Sorry, everybody, for giving you wrong information, but I guess we all learn. But
yeah. And so then, this also kind of triggered a question between Ben and I. We're like, did we just not even read the ingredients to start with?
Somehow we never read it, I guess.
So a couple of things could have happened with that.
I think they may have changed the ingredients, or it's actually possible that I've been eating it for a couple of years and have never read it because I honestly thought it was quality stuff.
So, and this is a true illustration of how important it is that no matter what the package says on the front, because nowhere on the front in here does it say soybeans, and I'd be interested to find out if that's also true in the Ezekiel 4:9 verse, if it doesn't have that in there, which I would assume it didn't.
It most definitely does not.
Okay, so there you go. But anyway, so you have conflict front and back. That's why you really, really, really need to, every single time you pick up any kind of food, even if it's something you've been eating forever, like seriously, years and years of this stuff in my face.
Check the label all the time.
Read it, because stuff changes. Companies try to save money, and they change ingredients on you, and the product looks the same, but the list on the back looks a little bit different, and you don't realize it until you read it. So, yeah, we won't be eating this crap anymore.
Also, just want to close with the conclusion to this is small amounts of soy, not every day, only if you have a healthy thyroid, probably only if you're female. Because of the phytoestrogen increase, it's really not necessary for a male.
And women have a higher rate of thyroid issues. So
most definitely. So most women aren't, especially in this day and age with all the chemical pollution and GMOs in our food. Anyways, we all have enlarged in thyroidic issues at this point. So
and a lot of women might not even know they have that. Like, I've never had my thyroid tested.
Right.
I just never had. So, but my mother has thyroid issues, and so. It might be something that I have an issue with, but I don't even know.
Right.
So that's another thing. Like, get yourself into a naturopathic doctor, or even into our studio. Definitely get started in a health and fitness program that is going to help heal you from the inside out. I always talk about the athlete inside and planting a strong seed, and then using nutritious foods to fertilize your soil, which is your body around that athlete, to grow a strong person from the inside out. And doing that, you have to, with all the things that Ben can teach you. You got to listen, because it makes a huge difference. 6 months ago, I had a completely different nutrition plan. I wasn't committed to clean eating. He used to slap my hand on a daily basis as I, shook up my little red, number 40 liquid of, energy pre-workout stuff that just is totally toxic and dangerous to my body. But I felt like I needed it for my workouts. And now, after learning what I've learned, I wouldn't even ever think of putting that crap in myself, not even for a second. And I use a natural pre-workout, and I have to thank him for that. I mean, because without the knowledge, I wouldn't have been able to make that switch, because these kind of things we become addicted to. We become addicted to our foods and our habits, and it's hard to give them up. But if you give yourself the teachings that you need to help you make better choices, it's easier to kind of slough off things that you're maybe struggling with and are huge hurdles in your life. So in closing, I'm really glad we learned this, because I'm psyched about not putting that crap in my body anymore.
Most definitely.
But it's sad, because holy smokes, Ezekiel, like you've been duping me all this time, and
it's a little creepy. Just a little bit creepy.
I shed a tear this morning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we love you all something fierce.
Thank you, folks.
Yeah.
And take your kelp. That helps with thyroid issues.
And thank you for the raw perspective.
Absolutely, anytime.
And that was fantastic. And that's us from Plates House of Fitness and Nutrition and 113 Degrees Natural Catering and Raw Foods.